I had no idea there was a setting like this. So they said, how's the autofocusing for you? Has it improved since we played with it? I said, yeah, but I'm missing a little bit. I was hoping that I could be a little bit more, like I can lock onto these swimmers a bit more because the water's coming in, they're swimming and diving in and things like that. And one of the guys goes, oh, you should talk to this guy here because he is the engineer who designed the A1 Mark II autofocus. So he came out, kind of a younger guy, glasses, kind of long hair, and very, very sweet guy, but didn't speak a lot of English. And he says, can I see the camera? And he had somebody translate for him. He's going through the camera system and he was teaching me about the autofocusing. Now there's a lot of settings that he played around with, and I'm going to show you some of these in B-roll here. Basically in terms of adjusting the speed of the responsiveness of the camera system. But he did teach me something that I didn't realize. He goes, okay, when you're capturing people, they dive into the pool, turn off subject detection. I said, what do you mean? He goes, subject detection for human is looking for eyes and face. But when you bend down, the top of the head cannot see. So he says, let me show you. And I'm kind of paraphrasing here because broken English. So he had one of his associates go to the other side of the room. And he told him, bend down, like diver. So he bent down like a diver. And he goes, see, subject detection, focusing on the person in the back. I said, yes, I had this happen to me. He goes, turn off. I says, but then I have to go into the menu, turn off. No. So then they showed me a setting.
Yeah. So I set this one start, and operation customize, and custom key dial set, and I push here, so you can recognize here. Okay. So if you push any buttons, that you can see is all settings.
Gotcha. Where you set this to any function button that you want. When you hold it down, subject detection is on pause, which means it's still detecting a subject in the photo. It's just not looking for a human or an animal or a train or a bird or plane or whatever have you. It's just looking for the nearest subject to the camera system versus a face or eyes. And then when you release it, it goes back to whatever subject detection that you have on. So you don't have to go into your function menu and turn off subject detection or turn it back on or go into the main menu and turn it off. No, you can literally hold down a function button, assign it to whatever you want. It'll pause it, let go, and it reactivates. I had no idea there was a setting like this. So he was showing me, and sure enough, it worked beautifully. And he goes, Ned, even when swimming and the person is freestyle strokes and the head is down, you're not seeing the eyes or the face, you're just seeing the top of the head. So turn it off. Hold that button down, it will still detect the subject, and you'll get much better hit rate. He was right. It worked out very, very well. My hit rate improved dramatically because in swimming, their heads are in the water most of the time. Yes, they do turn to get a breath, or maybe they're doing a breaststroke, or maybe they're doing a butterfly. But even on a butterfly, once they go underwater, it's looking for a subject. Turn it off. When it comes back on, let it go, and it picks it up right away, and it's super fast. And he was saying that the only time you want to turn on subject detection where it's very responsive, the subject detection menu where you choose human, person, whatever it may be, animal, bird, there's another menu after that. The only time you want to go wide on that is if somebody's going to jump into frame really quickly, then you can have that. He said like a ski jumper coming in, then he goes, turn that on. Otherwise, keep it to standard or whatever. It doesn't have to be so fast because the system will still detect. These are tips I would have never known about, right? But then I asked him a question. I said, for fun, I said, can you answer this for me? He says, what's that? I said, between the A1 Mark II and the A9 III, which has the better autofocusing system? And he goes, A9 III, a bit better. He goes, but I designed A1 Mark II, but A9 III, a bit better. But he goes, it's due to the technology of the sensor, I think, that also helps a bit. But he goes, they're very, very close. So he's a very, very sweet guy, very funny guy. But I mean, huge thanks to the Sony Japanese team for their hospitality in that way. I mean, just spending time with me. There's so many photographers out there. They're helping so many people, but they were so kind and so warm and so generous. I mean, and yeah, they're there to help you along the way. That's part of what they're there to do. And they're also there to learn from photographers how to improve the camera systems, because in sports photography, this is one of the most demanding disciplines for photography as a whole. So they learn a lot about what photographers' needs are in terms of autofocusing and subject detection. And they learn from this information that they gather there, and they implement into future cameras or future firmware updates. So they're there learning as well.